Welcome, Philly, to your favorite sports show, hosted by Jesse Town and Sam Wilson. They're smart, they're sexy, and they're all Philly. So thanks for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Of Babes on Broad pregame live. I'm Sam Wilson with my co-host Jesse Town, and we are the Babes on Broad, brought to you by Bleeding Green Nation and SB Nation. Don't forget, we are also live on our Instagram if everybody wants to tune in there. If whatever works better for you, feel free. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in this week. Obviously, right from the bat, I don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to try to keep optimistic. But before we get into it, we have to remind you guys of two things. So first, don't forget about our fundraiser on bonfire.com. You can look us up on bonfire.com. Is it /Babes on Broad, Jess?
I have no idea what the actual address is, but if you go to bonfire.com and you just search Babes on Broad, you can find it there. Or any of our social medias has all of it attached, and you can find it there as well.
Okay. But so, yeah, don't forget, it's our faces on there, and all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds go to Phil Abundance, and you have 1 week left to do that. So make sure you go and do that. And then also, if you want a holiday card from the Babes, make sure to go to our social medias. You can find the link, and then that is postable.com/babesonbroad. And then you just enter your address, and we'll get you a holiday card from us. So that'll be sweet. Okay, now the holiday cheer is gone.
And it's over.
Let's talk about the 3-7-1 Philadelphia Eagles, and then the 8-3 Green Bay Packers. We'll try to keep it positive, guys. I'm trying, okay?
We're going to.
So before we even get into that, what are you drinking? What are you eating? Give people some ideas.
I'm making that chicken enchilada soup today again, which is just so good. So good. And I was at the grocery store this morning, and I love Yards, and I found this one. It's their Champion Ale, and I thought it was fitting.
Nice.
This is what we were going to go with today.
Speak it into existence.
Amen. What are you drinking?
So I just have coffee because I just feel like I can't wake up today. I feel sneeze coming on. So if I tax me, I'm sorry, guys.
I feel sneeze coming on.
I feel it. It's like making my eyes water. But so I have just coffee for right now because I need to stay awake. I'm feeling that midday. I almost said snack, but nap. And then for dinner tonight, I'm not cooking. We're not cooking tonight. We did like burgers and stuff yesterday. So I think we're just going to do either probably like Chinese or Wawa, good Sunday.
We did Chinese earlier in the week, and it was a good move.
I know. I love Chinese now. I completely forgot about it until a couple weeks ago. You told me about it. And it just has been a reoccurring thing now.
We'll see.
Okay, so let's get
I go to when I'm hungover, and I was really hungover that day, and that's why I was like, ooh, Chinese. And since then,
that's what sparked it for me too, because I was really hungover after Halloween, and it was your idea that saved my life.
Oh, I'm here. This is what I'm here for.
Okay, so Jess, take us into the injury report for today's game.
Well, I mean, we got some good news, and the good news is Zach Ertz full go this week. So they activated him off the IR last week. We're hopeful he could come back. Didn't make it back, but today, and he was their keep in mind he was their leading receiver last year when they played in Green Bay. So Zach Ertz coming back, maybe a little bit of help for Carson Wentz. Sorry, I meant to get my AirPods, and I made Joe go get them, and he just tried to write them and get them off of a piece of furniture. But anyway, so Zach Ertz is back. Huge.
Yes.
Maybe a little bit of extra security for Carson, somebody that can be relied upon to catch the ball. Can anybody? I don't know. So that's some good news. And then Fletcher Cox, TJ Edwards were both on the injury report this week. But, Doug kind of just said that was more precautionary to keep them out of practice for a couple of days. Just let them rest up a little bit more. Fletcher was a neck issue. So anytime you see that, you want to make sure that that's all good to go. So they're all ready to go for today. The only person questionable is Darius Slay, which is not ideal.
Yeah.
Darius Slay with a calf injury when you're about to go out there and face one of the best wide receivers in the league in Devontae Adams. Not great.
Yeah. So that, we'll see how that happens. I don't know if it's serious. I feel like I saw reports and they were just kind of like, what do you think about that? Like, is it serious or like, because I was looking more up on Green Bay's side, and a lot of the things that Matt LaFleur was saying about them with their questionable guys is it was more like, we're not worried about them. They're going to come back. We'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. What has been said about Darius Slay?
So I don't know when exactly it happened. And again, for me, I do my best to try to avoid listening to the press conferences at all costs because they don't give us any real, serious, relevant, credible information. And even things like, I turned it on Friday morning, just to get injury updates. That's literally all I listen to it for. And it's like, okay, these guys that are on the festive mug. Oh yeah,
I had to shout it out.
I've got beer and coffee. This is what we've got going on. Go Birds. But I turned it on and they're like, okay, Fletcher Cox was being held out of some practice, was limited to practice this week. Darius Slay has a calf issue, and TJ Edwards as well. So they were like, where are the updates on them? And, all you get is they're looking good. Today's going to be a big day. Tomorrow will be a big day. And we'll see where they are. I expect everybody to be ready to go, but today's an important day. So that's what we get.
So in reality, we have really no stance on that. So hopefully he's in, hopefully he's good, and he'll be able to contain something on Devontae Adams.
He's going to play. I don't think that's the issue. It's a matter of how serious is it? How much will it impact him? Will it hinder him at all?
We'll see.
We'll see. And Darius Slay's a guy who you're looking to have a bounce back week from, especially, he feels personally responsible for a lot of what went on last week against the Seahawks. And, I love that about him because I obviously think he should feel personally responsible, but the kind of guy he is, he sits there and goes, yeah, I played like garbage.
Yeah.
It was bad. And that's unacceptable. It's not like I have to be better. It's I played horrible football today. I need to not do that.
So as long as his calf doesn't bother him, I do think we'll see a much better game from him this week, just because of the size difference and the absolute dominance of DK. I feel like, Slay wants to be one of the best in the league, and he quite possibly could be one of the best in the league, but it still doesn't measure up to DK Metcalf, who probably is top 2 best in the league right now. You know what I mean? So right. I just think it was a very outmatched game for him. So I do expect him to play better this week because he has a little motivation and stuff from that. So we'll see. Another big thing, though, is Jordan Howard returns. Obviously it's not huge, but you already talked about Zach Ertz returning and how he was their leading receiver this time last year in this game. And then Jordan Howard was their leading rusher. So last year against the Packers, he had 15 carries, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So do you think we'll actually see him? Obviously, we don't barely even see Miles Sanders in games. Do you think it's going to change at all with Howard here, like our run game system?
I don't know. I
know. There's so many questions that
so many questions, right?
I don't know.
I just don't know. And I don't know what they're going to do. And I think we can kind of use this injury report in terms of, what's left for the Packers and, with the Eagles to kind of go into, the things that we're talking about, that we need to watch going into this week. And I think one of the biggest things is like last year, it was a very early game, week 3 or 4 of the season, and it was a very early, must win, right? It was aggressive to label it a must win at that point. But if they wanted to be successful last season, they had to win that game as a statement to be able to move forward. And they had beat the Redskins week 1 when they were still the Redskins, the Washington football team. But remember the first half, I think they went into halftime like 17-0. And here just the notification just came in. Darius Slay is active today. So, we'll see. But they had made some really crucial mistakes. And remember, they lost to the Atlanta Falcons in that absolute mess of a game week 2. And I believe this was week 4. I don't remember who they played week 3 last year. But I think, this was an absolute – they had to go in there. And, we say it every week right now. Everything had to go the right way. Everyone had to do their job, and it was a combination of everything that needed to be successful. And that's what they went into Green Bay and did last year. They went in on a short week. They had a flawless game plan, and they stuck to it. They leaned on the run game, and they rolled Carson out of the pocket, and they utilized the strengths of all of their players. And they went into that game with a mentality of, we are going to run the football at all costs. And Jordan Howard was your feature back there, and then they used Miles Sanders where they could. I don't think Jordan Howard should be your feature back. I still think Miles Sanders should be that number 1 running back. But the combination of Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, and Boston Scott, you have to be able to utilize them in a way that you can exploit this terrible run defense of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, I mean, like you said, to us it makes sense. To them, who knows? Only time will tell if we'll see this. I mean, hopefully we'll see. I don't know. For the Packers, out is their center, Corey Linsley. But the cool thing about that means my friend, we'll see a lot of my friend, who I hope actually does well. But so John Runyon Jr., Philadelphia is pretty familiar with that name. So John Runyon Jr., he'll start in center, which isn't that much of a downfall for them. So that'll be...
Has he played at all this season yet?
Yeah, he played last week when Corey went down, and then I think there was another time this season, but I'm not sure. It was funny though, because last week when he posted him in, like a little snippet of him in, I was like, can't wait to see you play the Eagles next week. And he was like, oh, yeah, like, I don't know how that's going to go.
Who did they play last week?
I don't even remember. Was it the Lions? No. I don't remember.
Oh, crap. Who did the Green Bay Packers play last week? If anybody remembers and wants to drop that in the comments really quick.
Yeah, right?
Who did they play? Oh, they played the Bears. Duh. They played the Bears. Oh. Thank you. Yes. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
I knew it was something up there.
Who?
That was close.
That's a defense. That's a hell of a defensive line to go up against. So the Eagles, keep in mind, you're the center. You've got Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, and Malik Jackson coming your way. Yeah. I swear to God, if they don't make an impact, I'm going to lose my mind.
It'll be interesting to see for sure. And also the fact that a lot of people might not know this, John actually trains with them during the summer. So it'll probably be cool to see. I don't know if that's going to help him out at all or what. I mean, it might help them out because they know what this rookie guy is going to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we'll see. Because he's part of that Lane Johnson bear cave thing he does. So we'll see how that goes. And then questionable for the Packers. They have 2 linebackers that are questionable. How do you say it? Chris Barnes? Is it just Chris?
Yeah, I think his name's Chris Barnes.
Okay, Chris Barnes with a calf, and then Zadarius Smith with an ankle. So we'll see how that works out. I said it earlier, Matt LaFleur said that he's not really worried about either of their injuries, and he thinks that they'll be in. And then running back Tyler Ervin, he's questionable also with ribs. So they actually are one team kind of similar to the Eagles. They did have like a grocery list in the beginning of the season with injuries, and then now you're starting to see their success now that they actually have players coming back in, something the Eagles don't see because who knows? I don't know why, but yeah. So they actually had that success story with people coming back. So we'll see how that ends up. Key matchups.
Yeah. So I think one of the most interesting things there is, obviously, you just said Matt LaFleur said, those two linebackers are going to be ready to go and they'll be fine. But the linebackers, because they still run a 3-4, they are such a huge part of what they do for that defense that if they are not 100%, that gives the Eagles a little bit of an advantage there, especially in the run game. Their secondary is phenomenal. The pass game is going to be complex. We said that last year. That was, take it where they give it to you, but they are terrible against the run, like terrible.
Yeah, but
There's no reason not to run the ball. Like this week.
I know. But with that being said, Seattle also had the worst secondary in the league. And so you don't know what to expect. That was a Debbie Downer move. I'm sorry, but I just had to say it.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that to me?
I know. I'm sorry, Jess. That was a downer. It just blurted it out. I'm sorry.
But okay, so key matchups. Packers run defense.
See, with Kirby knew it.
And Scott, Jordan. Yeah. Yeah.
It was on everybody's mind. I had to say it.
This is supposed to be a happy show.
I know.
It's proving to be more and more difficult every week to stay happy. Ugh. Yes.
Yes.
So run defense against Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Jordan Howard. The other combo we talked about, Devontae Adams versus Darius Slay. That's going to be the marquee matchup of the day, in my opinion. Yeah. And, winning that matchup, whoever does is going to be, it's going to end up having, like whoever ends up winning that matchup more often, that's going to be, I think, who kind of, that could be the deciding factor of the game, is who wins those matchups.
I'm hoping. Slay's more than capable in my mind, so I hope.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'll start on offense. So for my keys to the game on the offense, I think especially after last week, like what was it, 5 straight 3-and-outs? Like we saw such a big performance from our defense that we're doing stellar against Seattle last week. Well, I say last week, Monday, sorry. That did stellar against the Seattle offense on Monday, and then they were just on the field the whole time. So I think even more so, we say it every week, even more so this week, they need to get something going early. I don't even care if, I want you to score early, but just do something, not 3-and-outs. You stay on the field and give your defense a rest, because they're going to have another tough game going against this offense. So they're going to need breaks, like we saw last week. I just said it. So they're going to need that. The O-line has to protect Carson this week. It's our 11th new matchup on O-line out of 12 games. So hopefully they can band together and do something. And then also, we already kind of hit on it. Hopefully, with having Zach Ertz and Jordan Howard, who are key parts in this game last year, hopefully having them back will give this offense some life.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I said it earlier. The Eagles had a perfect game plan last year going in to play the Packers. And, obviously they're in a little bit more of a detrimental situation right now than they were going in their week 4 last year. But they leaned heavy on the run game and had a balanced attack. You have to be able to consistently get points because we all know that Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to put up some points. It doesn't matter how they do it. The Packers offense is going to put up points. Roll Carson out, lean on the run game. The offensive line simply has to be better. I don't care who's out there. I don't care if it's your first game, if it's your second game, if it's your 101st game.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to do a better job of protecting Carson Wentz. And, Carson needs to do a better job as well. He needs to protect the football better. He needs to make better decisions. And, ultimately, we talked about this earlier this week. One of my biggest gripes with the team on Monday was, continuously shooting themselves in the foot. Once again, penalties. Don't do them. Don't commit them. The only penalties that I excuse are holding penalties on the offensive line to try to prevent Carson from getting killed. Those are the only ones that I'm like, you know what? Hold them there instead of letting Carson just get obliterated. Fine.
Yeah.
Those I can make my peace with. But some of the other dumb stuff, it really just gets exhausting. The multiple miscommunications on offense last week were
can't
bad.
happen.
It can't happen.
That's one thing that stresses me out about this week because it is a short week. I mean, they played
Right.
Monday and then 6 days later are playing another good team. So that's one thing that we'll see what happens. Hopefully they're prepared. I know hopefully is like the key of this whole thing today.
I mean, the problem is they've got so much other BS going on coming out of, the organization and all the other issues that they have, by the way, created themselves. They're not even as prepared as they should be, and that's the disappointing thing, is that not only are they not performing up to what they're capable of doing, it's that they're not adequately prepared, and it's obvious that they are not focused and they're not prepared on the field. I mean, one miscommunication, someone goes the wrong way. Okay, 3 in one game, that was excessive. And now you got to hope that they're a little bit better prepared today.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about preparation for a professional organization in week 13? I don't understand.
Right?
It's terrible.
With that being said, what about on the opposite side of the ball for you?
Like I said, my biggest thing is going to be whoever can win that matchup of Darius Slay versus Davante Adams is going to be enormously crucial for who wins this game. And I think that's going to be one of the biggest deciding factors. And regardless if, the Eagles offense does everything right, if the defense can't, win some battles where they need to, it's going to be for nothing. So that's my biggest key in terms of defense, is that matchup specifically. But, I think the defense has to try to make Aaron Rodgers uncomfortable. You can't let him have all day to do whatever he wants, because let's face it, he will pick you apart if he can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's not let that happen. What about you? What do you think on the defensive side?
Yeah, so I agree with that 100%, but I'm going to even expand it more. The defense, we have to see them start strong, like the whole group, like we saw against Seattle on Monday night. Hopefully they'll be able to get some help from the offense, like I already said, and give them breaks between drives, because that's going to be crucial in the long run of winning this game, if they can. D-line needs to hit Rodgers. I know. The D-line needs to get to Rodgers. So hopefully they can exploit kind of some of the changes on the Green Bay line and hit him, get him a little rattled, and then Slay needs to stop the Rodgers and Adams connection. So that'll be huge. And another, not really fun fact, but another fact. So Davante Adams is 92 yards away from reaching 1,000 yards on the season. We should ask this question out to you guys. Will he reach that 1,000-yard mark for the season this year? Hopefully not. But yeah, 92 yards away. Yeah, so that's a good question. 92 yards. Will he get that today? We'll see. With that, you're not going to like my prediction.
I know. I'm looking at your prediction on our Google Doc. I don't like it.
I know. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to go first so that Jess can end it on a happy note. I'm going 27-18 Packers, because this team, a big thing for me is they got that huge upset last year. And they were even worse this year than they were at this point last year. No way, in my mind, do they beat Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau back-to-back years for a huge upset. No way. And Rodgers is playing great right now. So I just 27-18 Packers. I hope I'm wrong. I will, if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, which I hope that I am, I want you to get like the laughing boos soundtrack and just play it for me for like 3 minutes next time.
We're going to do that. That's what we're going to do next time.
Perfect. Haze
me. So a couple things. We got some positivity in here. Not today. Slay with a huge bounce back game.
I think he will have a huge bounce back.
Okay, but we've got lots of people agreeing with you down here, and I don't like the large.
Yeah, those are large ones.
Oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is absolutely terrible.
To me, it all depends on how our defense can hold up, and that falls back on the balance of the offense if they can help them out.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. I think, once again, for the 13th or 12th time this season, they need to be successful in all 3 phases of the game. Yeah. Take points where they're given to you. Just
He knew that, right? Just execute the game well, maybe.
Just execute the game well. Just like don't be nuts. Like I don't know what to tell you. But my score prediction, I'm gonna go 30-17 Eagles.
Whew.
I've never once in my life picked against the Philadelphia Eagles.
And I don't blame you for that, but to go a blowout the opposite way?
No, 30-27. It's not a blowout. It's 3 points.
Oh, I thought you said 30, and then I thought you said 17, I think.
Oh, no.
Or at least that's what I thought in my head.
No blowout. That's
that's why I was like, 2 scores. Jeez.
I don't think the Eagles have blowout in them from a successful point of view. But I think they're going to win. I think they're going to do it.
For 2 years in a row, you think they're going to upset Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Go Eagles! Because that's what we're here to do.
Do you know how hard it is to be positive on a pregame show when a team is 3-7-1?
Right.
Also,
can we just talk about that?
We're trying to combat the echo. Yes, we know there's an echo happening. We're trying our best to combat it.
It's definitely my fault because I forgot my headphones, and there's literally no way of me getting Dion to bring him down here because he just plays this week. He told me he's just going to play this and not listen to it because he's playing Call of Duty because he's over the Eagles. So I'm lost. Maybe he heard that and he's in a pause between games, but SOS.
If I hear him like sprinting down the stairs, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
He's definitely in Call of Duty mode, but
100%. No, Call of Duty.
So that's my apologies, my fault. I forgot these 4 o'clock games, man. I'm telling you, this is my midday nap. I just gotta trying to do it.
That'll have another beer. Which one was this one? 31-30 or excuse me, I can't read. 37-31 Packers. Wentz has his best game of the season.
I do think. I mean, I say this every week. I do think that Carson's going to have a bounce back game. He might bounce back. It's a good time to bounce back. They are terrible at 1 o'clock games. We have not seen them play at a 4 o'clock time slot this year. So maybe it'll kind of play like prime time, even though he didn't do well on prime time Monday.
Maybe 4 o'clock is their sweet spot.
Maybe it's just that right.
Maybe. All right. Let's here. How about we do this? Let's check in and see what the rest of the NFL's got going on. What do we think? Let's see. Oh, that is just terrible connection is what that is. I was trying to.
We just can't win today.
Yeah, today's not our day. All right, bye, Red Zone. Okay. Anyway, all right, let's do some prop bets then. Good Lord. I hope, you know what? I hope we have the dysfunction today and the Philadelphia
we have the miscommunication with Red Zone and Instagram, and it's us. It's us today.
Yeah,
I will take the hit.
Usually we're dead on, and the Eagles are the ones that falter. So maybe it'll be opposite. And you know what? I will sacrifice looking like a hot mess.
Oh, 100%. We do this for you, Philadelphia.
Yeah, and you know what? If they win today, you're welcome. Okay, you're absolutely welcome.
But if they do win today, same exact outfit next week. I'm telling you that right now.
100%. And
I'll drink
my beer and my coffee at the same time again. We're going all the same.
Dude, I have coffee in my holiday cheer cup and then water in my Always Sunny thing. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, prop bets. We'll handle the prop bets and then we'll just move on with today. All right. Who has more passing yards today, Carson Wentz or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers because the Eagles are going to run the football. And they're going to run the football extremely successfully. That is my opinion.
Hopefully.
What does everyone else think? I feel like everyone should agree. This is not going to be there's not going to be a lot of disagreement on this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Aaron Rodgers is like red hot right now.
So. Yeah. I mean, he's playing extremely good football at this point. And
he has like almost 600 yards more than Carson so far in the season. Granted, he has more weapons and he had an O-line and all that stuff, but yeah.
Right. Do we have, oh no, the red zone's back. Did you hear the red zone or was that just me?
No, I didn't hear it.
Oh, great. Let's see. See, it doesn't look any better. I don't understand. It looked so good when we were getting this ready before. And it looked clear on my computer. This is silly. Oh, Aaron Rodgers against our secondary. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine having an offseason where the actual problems are addressed. Imagine. It must be.
Don't even get me started on the Phillies, dude.
This is why I don't bet. This is why I don't put money down.
We try to speak the positivity into existence. It's not there. We try to bring it.
Yep. Nope. I do not put money down. I do not ever bet on any Philadelphia team at Sam. Because I go with what's in my heart, and that's always a Philadelphia dub. Okay. Do the Eagles finish today with more passing yards or more rushing yards?
Hopefully rushing. Or maybe a well-balanced. Maybe we'll see a balance, which would be magnificent.
Ooh, a balance would be nice.
Yeah.
I think they have more rushing yards today.
Hopefully.
I do. I think it's close.
Punting. Now you guys are just mocking us.
Oh, jeez. Punting yards. Actually, that was pretty funny. I wasn't.
It is funny. No, it is.
Passing. Wait, a lot of passing. Is this what you're? See, I'm trying to speak.
Maybe it's because Zach Ertz is back. Maybe they're thinking there's going to be a connection with him, or maybe he'll be a diversion for Goddard. I don't know.
290 passing, 250 rushing. If they have that stat line and don't win this game, something's wrong.
Will we see Travis Fulgham in the first half today?
Who knows?
Yeah, nobody.
JJ finds another healthy scratch today. Once again. Because, Alshon Jeffrey obviously can be more successful.
I miss Travis, me too.
Do the Eagles have a 100-yard rusher today?
No. I don't even know when the last time we had a 100-yard rusher. What week last year? Did we have one last year? I don't know. It's not popping up in my mind.
Honestly, I don't think they've had one in the last 4 years. If I'm being, I don't think they have. We're going to, pull that up and that'll be a trivia question.
Yeah, right?
Okay. I think they do. I think Miles Sanders goes over 100 today. Bold prediction.
I would love that. But I did see somebody commented on our stream comments thing, and they did say that it's like 30 degrees in Green Bay for game time, which isn't good for ball security. So we'll see.
The Eagles exhaust me. All right, over under 2 turnovers for the Eagles offense today. What do we think, everyone?
Sorry, I didn't listen. What was it?
Over under 2 turnovers offense for the Eagles offense.
I'm going to say
over.
Go
under. I'm going under.
Maybe I'll push it.
They had 1 last week. Am I wrong? 1.
No, I think you're right. Yeah. So maybe I'm going to push it though, because if they run a lot, there's bound to be 1.
Push. Yep.
Yeah.
Under. Ooh. 34 degrees. It's chilly. Chilly.
Brisk.
Brisk is a good word. Under. I like it. Let's go on. I think under today. So you're pushing and I have under. Is that where we are? All right.
I like that.
What about 2 turnovers?
Dude, I can't even find this.
Great.
Say that again.
2 turnovers for the Eagles defense. Over under.
That would be fantastic, but I say under for them.
Under. Yeah, I think you're right. The Eagles defense is not doing anything to force any sort of turnovers. And I would like to optimistically think over, but they're not.
They'll have like one good play where they get to Aaron and like kind of swat it out of his arms. I've seen that. But other than that, I don't really.
Yeah. There was Brandon Graham had a strip sack in this game last year, did he not? Or Derek Barnett did and Brandon Graham recovered. There was another Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham strip sack recovery situation.
Oh, no, you're better at that stuff than me.
I'm trying to remember.
Remembering
another under, and we're pushing. All right. Miles Sanders, we're going to ask this question again. Miles Sanders has never had 20-plus touches in a game. We hoped that it would be last week.
And it was 6.
Over under 20 touches for Miles Sanders this week against a garbage run defense.
If they Jess, I feel like we say this all the time. If they listen to us and our game plan, yes. If they don't and they do them, no.
Why have the Eagles not hired us yet?
I don't
I
know.
feel
Like,
like
I don't
we
even,
are smarter than most of what they've got going on the sideline.
right? Yeah, and probably 50% of Eagles fans, not 50% because we get a little emotional, but 25% are probably very capable of doing so.
I mean, 25% at least of Eagles fans are capable of doing
Yeah.
whatever it is that the offensive coordinator by committee BS is doing right now. And I don't see.
Yeah.
They
It's
should.
just, it's going to be a
Absolutely
time.
true. Needs 25 today. 6 is almost 20. Yeah. You guys crack me up. Crack me up. Especially with Jordan Howard on the roster now. If fair. We're too emotionally intelligent. I can't tell if that's a compliment or not. I can't tell if it's a compliment or
emotional intelligence is a very good thing to have, but I don't know if it's bad to be too emotionally intelligent. You stumped me.
There we go. See? I win.
Literally.
Carson Wentz.
Uh-huh.
I will do it. And I will do it by designing a game plan that actually fits the strengths of the guy. Imagine that. We did get a question here on Instagram. How do we feel about Carson Wentz? We feel that he has been terrible, but there are bigger problems. What we've kind of been saying is he is a problem. He is not the problem. And there was an article that came out today. I don't know if you said, did you see it?
I did not. Who's it by?
Basically, so it was a report by Jay Glazer, basically saying drafting, believes Carson Wentz is on a short leash, says he's spoken to people within the Eagles and believes Jalen Hurts may have affected Carson.
Well, yeah.
Duh? Like, duh.
Asterisk next to may have. Definitely did.
People inside the Eagles building believe drafting Jalen Hurts is a big reason as to why Carson Wentz has lost his confidence. Wentz won't admit it, but they see that as being the issue.
Well, yeah, dude.
Duh. Like, I'm confused as to why. I mean, yes, like this is why we're having. This is what we talked about back in April. It's what we're unfortunately still talking about now. And I think a lot of people talk about, oh, well, the Packers drafted Jordan Love in the first round and Aaron Rodgers is playing great. Well, that's a very different situation.
Aaron Rodgers is what, like 40?
37. He turned 37 like a week ago.
Yeah.
Like he just
very
turned
different.
37.
And Carson's what, 27?
Carson, I think, will be 27 in April. No, I'm sorry. His birthday is at the end of December, actually. He has the same birthday as like LeBron, Tiger Woods. Like it's so crazy. But he's about to be 27, right? You just gave him this contract. He carried you into the playoffs last year. 4,000 yards with no receiver catching more than 500 yards worth of passes. That's never happened before in NFL history.
DK Metcalf blew all of our receivers combined out of the water on Monday night.
Yes.
Just DK.
Right. And the Eagles, instead of saying, wow, this guy, people said he couldn't play 16 games again. He played 16 games with a terrible offensive line. Then the offensive line got even more injured. He's getting beat up and finding ways to win. What are we going to do? I know. Let's draft Jalen Hurts.
It's so frustrating that we even still have to talk about this. It's just
and then the ridiculousness of we talked about this last week. The whole the elephant in the room we talked about last week was there was the report that came out that Jalen Hurts is getting more practice time with the ones. They were running plays. Finally, if they're going to use Jalen Hurts, they were running plays but taking Carson Wentz off the field so that not 10 on 11, 9 on 11 football doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Dude, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just redundant at this point. Like, it's so frustrating.
Yeah,
and we just say the same things, and it's just It's frustrating. Makes me mad every time.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people that genuinely don't want the Eagles to win any more games because they want them to finish, 3-11-1 or 4-10-1, because at the end of the day, if you're looking at this, and this is what the Eagles did last year, there were guys that weren't good enough. And, someone like Mike Groh ended up being the fall guy for, their issues when, Mike Groh wasn't great, but also, Doug wanted him to stay. And Howie's the one who pulled the trigger on firing him. But what ended up happening was the Eagles were terrible last year, and they limped into the playoffs, and they went, see, we still made it to the playoffs. We don't need to do anything serious. We don't have to.
We don't need to do anything.
Right. We don't need to do anything at all.
It's just so frustrating.
So I see the logic there. I'm never going to sit here and actively hope for the Eagles to not win. That's just not who I am as a fan. But I get the logic there when people are like, if they somehow still make it to the playoffs this year, they're going to do the same thing. Oh, look, we made the playoffs. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to make any changes. We don't need to overhaul anything.
Well, no, I think even if they made the playoffs, with how terrible this NFC East is right now, and with the record that's going to get them in there, and the fact that they're still squeezing, trying to make their way to the top, I think no matter what, if they made the playoffs, it's going to be an eye opener, and it should be at least. And I think we should all manifest this one.
Yeah. 100%. I just think that it's ridiculous and it's exhausting that all of these issues that we're talking about and have been talking about for the last year have been manufactured by the Eagles. Like, they've put themselves in this situation. They've created these problems. They could have.
Like, how do you just not? Yeah, and how do you not just see that and fire whoever keeps doing it?
Or any sort of adjustment. Like, I mean, it's just bad. It's just so bad. All right, let's finish out these.
Wait, real quick, because we did have somebody ask us. I can't find it anymore, but he asked to repeat our scores. So just for everybody that's tuned in late, I am saying 27-18 Packers. I
am saying 30-27 Eagles, because
I'm sorry I'm negative. I'm sorry. I just am saying what my head tells me to say.
Negative Nelly out here.
Head over heart.
All right.
Head over heart.
Who is the leading fantasy points getter today for the Eagles?
Leading fantasy points getter. Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goedert? Ooh, I like that one.
Because I think it's the too obvious, like, to just throw Zach Ertz out there and let him do great with Carson on his first game back. I feel like they're going to put pressure on Zach. He hasn't played him forever. You know what I mean? So I think they're going to let them think they're going at Zach, and then Dallas.
You've got some people agreeing with you. Oh, no. Oh, we got one for Ertz.
I would love that.
This is what I was going to say. Carson Wentz. Because keep in mind, he what did he have? He had like 160 yards and 3 touchdowns last time they played him, because where's their screen game gone? Like, the biggest proponent of Doug Peterson's offense is supposed to be the screen, and I haven't seen a successful screen, or not only executed but designed. It's been very poor, and that's what their strength was actually last year when they played this game in Lambeau. That's what helped them all the way through. Joe's agreeing with you. Dallas Goedert. We got another Miles Sanders out here. All right. Star of the game on defense.
On defense. Every week I'm going to say it. Fletcher Cox. Come on, baby. I'm going with Fletch.
All right. I'm going to speak this one into existence, because the star of the game today needs to be Darius Slay.
You're right.
You're right. God. Here we go.
Put some respect on his name.
Listen, whoever thought that a person would correctly call an Alex Singleton game? This guy right here. Today is the Alex Singleton game, and he had it nail on the head. It was so impressive. And
you're right, though. It should be Darius Slay, because that's going to be the difference maker in the game.
Yeah, I'm trying to speak that one into existence.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Sleeper, Jalen Reagor breakout game. I'm waiting for it.
I would love that. I think he
We were
has it in
hoping to
him.
be last week. I do too.
I think he has that in him, but
I
we'll
do
see.
too, but here's what makes me nervous, right? So last week I was like, we're not doing the whole Justin Jefferson, Jalen Reagor thing. Like, I still don't want to do it because I still don't believe that Jalen Reagor is being utilized in the best way.
Yeah.
However, that pass to him in the corner of the end zone, the lack of effort on that one really, really upset me last week because you can see when someone's really going for it. You can also see when someone bails and pulls those arms back in. And I was extremely disappointed to see him bail and pull his arms back in the corner of the end zone when they are trying to get back in this game.
Yeah.
That really, really disappointed me from him. But I will say I still think that he should be the one back there returning punts and not Greg Ward.
Oh, agreed.
And
we'll see.
You know, that's not going to happen. All right. My least favorite one, but we're going to ask it anyway. Over under 4 plays for Jalen Hurts today.
So obviously you want to say under because it's just so frustrating. So I'm going to say, I really don't know. I want to say under. I don't know. But like if they were to play him and actually utilize him to what he should be used as, today would this game would kind of be it because their run defense isn't good. So you would think they would try to use Jalen Hurts in a way here and actually properly use him. But then with that being said, there's also those reports that Doug doesn't actually want to play him and all this stuff. So
I wouldn't either.
I'll say under.
I also think that, in theory, your logic is accurate in the sense of the run defense is terrible. If you use Jalen Hurts in the right way, he should be able to help you, right? Well, because they haven't utilized him correctly up until this point, it's just so obvious what they're going to do.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It needs to be under. It's so obvious.
If it's over, you're not winning this game if it's over. You've given up and you're not winning this game if it's over.
Literally. Bring him in, have Carson on the line, do a fake handoff, and he runs. Woo.
All right. One quick trivia question. Did we ever find out the 100 yards rushing thing?
No, I looked it up. It was just, I couldn't find it.
All right. Well, our trivia question of today. What is the all-time record between the Eagles and the Green Bay Packers?
Hint. It's very close to my score prediction.
Ooh, who remembers your score prediction?
Yeah, let's see. It's close, not the same thing, but very close.
So this is incorrect. He did not have 108 rushing yards. He had 108 total yards.
Okay.
But not 108 rushing yards. Let's see. 28. What is it? I don't even remember what it was.
No, that's close.
This is close.
But you're not it. One of my numbers in my score predictions right on. And
this is also so close. One of the numbers is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is also correct, by the way.
Do you see this one? This is very possible.
Nailed it. This is accurate. Yep. So this, nailed it. Green Bay Packers are up 27-17. The last Eagle to rush for 100 yards was the recently retired LeGarrette Blount.
What a great career.
Have had a 100-yard rusher 3 times since Doug Peterson took over as the head coach. Ryan Matthews did it twice in 2016, and LeGarrette Blount did it once the following year. The year they won the gosh darn Super Bowl.
Let's just reminisce. Cheers to the Super Bowl.
Cheers to the Super Bowl. We might never see one again, but hey, I actually just told to one of my friends who, one of our neighbors who just moved in not too long ago. I told the story of my Super Bowl, of the tickets getting stolen. I've told you that story, right? How our Super Bowl tickets, like literally in Minnesota, we were walking into the Super Bowl and we reached down, the tickets were gone.
Yeah, you have told me, but I don't remember it.
So basically, we fly out to Minnesota. We get up to the front to like get our tickets checked at the first check-in. We reach down, Super Bowl tickets are gone. So we had to figure out a way to still get into the Super Bowl. Comment on Instagram. Yes, Zach Ertz is playing today. And I just had to find a way to get in front of all of the freezing cold, angry Boston and Philadelphia fans to talk to an NFL representative. So I went over and to the SWAT team and was like, hey, I got to get in front of all these people because our tickets got stolen. And he was like, okay, like, we'll help you. So he like helped me get in. I went and talked to one of those like people working security, and they were like, oh, like, we'll take you to an NFL rep. So they take me beyond security, by the way. We go by, they give us like an all access pass to get through all the checkpoints so we can get to will call. And thankfully we got to will call before the tickets had been scanned. So whoever stole them or tried to sell them or whatever, they had not been scanned yet.
Jeez.
So they were able to put a hold on those tickets, issue us reprints, which like doesn't happen. So that was the most amazing thing ever. And right after that happened, we were like, the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl. And we were in our seats 40 minutes before kickoff, and the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And it was the most magical night of my life.
Could you imagine if you couldn't get in? They won.
It was negative 2 degrees when we landed in Minnesota. I did not fly to the gosh darn tundra to watch the Eagles win the Super Bowl from like a Vikings bar outside of US Bank Stadium.
That is crazy. Dude, I don't think I could deal with that stress. It gives me anxiety thinking about it.
We had them, and it was crazy because we had to go pick them up at Target Field where the Twins play. That was like the StubHub location because they don't ship them. They don't ship Super Bowl tickets. They don't send them at all. So we had to go pick them up, and all the roads are closed. It had like just blizzarded the day before. There's snow everywhere. And there happened to be a cab that was like, I'll take you as close as I can. I don't know if they like fell out or if someone, so we have no idea. But we got in. We saw the Eagles win the Super Bowl, and it was immaculate. I've never cried so much in my life.
Same, actually.
Oh, the tears, the sobbing.
For a good 3 days after that, I literally, every time I saw an Eagles player, especially Nick Foles, given like a news interview, I cried on the spot.
Sobbed.
I was in college, and I was literally like in class, and I'd see him, and I'd be like,
yeah. So many
ugly cry.
Meanwhile, you think about this now, and it's like, ugh, can't believe I did that. I've never hugged so many strangers in my life.
No,
that I
so
did
serious.
At the Super Bowl. Like
So
a bunch
serious.
of like 60-year-old men just sobbing, and we're all just like hugging, and it's just such a happy time. And now I'm like, ugh.
With that being said, yeah, like even thinking about the parade, everybody was like literally this close to each other. I could not even imagine a parade. They literally couldn't happen right now. It's so nuts.
Yeah, it's so crazy to think about. But you know what? It happened.
We got one.
I still might go and watch the Eagles Super Bowl DVD tomorrow just to make myself feel better, depending how the day goes. But that is our show for the day. Thank you for tuning into this Hot Mess Express pregame show that we just put together for you. Week 13, trying so hard to stay positive as positive as we can at this point. We appreciate you guys coming and keeping us entertained. Hopefully we kept you entertained to try to keep you positive as well. Don't forget to go check out our fundraiser, bonfire.com. You can find it on any of our social medias. Search Babes on Broad. And all the proceeds, like Sam said, go to Phil Abundance to try to help provide meals this holiday season. And also, I think I'll probably close out the the online address book thing on like Wednesday or so, because I want to send those cards out by the end of the week. So if you would like to get a holiday card from us, Postable is what it's called. Postable.com. Search Babes on Broad. It's on all of our social medias. We'd love to send you a card just to get a little holiday cheer from us this unfortunate Eagles season, whatever it might be. But thank you again for hopping on with us. We will be back next week, no matter what happens today, to talk about. We'll probably do another 2:45 episode because they're playing at 4 o'clock again next week. We will also talk to you this week in our episode. So thank you as always to SB Nation and Bleeding Green Nation. Cheers, 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 and go.